For the centre of the footy universe this week in Adelaide, Gather Round is here, and rightly so. The timing is perfect. Order has been restored in our great state and in SuperCoach and in the Phantom's Lair. This is the Phantom speaking, back on top where I belong. Five Names is here, middle of the pod. He's chasing me down live as we record here on Monday. The footy is on, and more importantly, Five Names. Yeah. The Chief is bottom.
Poor old Dossie.
Not just bottom of the pod this week, bottom overall. He's had an absolute mare, probably the worst round we've ever been associated with in a long time here on SuperCoach. Worse than them. It was probably equivalent to the Mighty Weagles' 131-point loss on Saturday. Equivalent to his disaster wardrobe car crash live TV malfunction last week. He's not having a good 7 days. The Chieftain, buddy. Chief, big fella.
It's flat today.
Unbelievable scenes. But it's true. You've had a good start to the year. It's all gone. What happened?
Poor old Dossie. It was always going to happen. He was always going to have a downfall at some point. And it happened to be this week, just like my mighty beloved Weagles. Couldn't even watch half that game, to be honest. That was disgusting by the boys, and it was disgusting by me. I've got a 1600 flat. A 1600 flat fan, and the games are still going.
Was that your draft team?
We're recording. There's still half the game of Geelong Hawthorn to go, but don't worry, I won't be going any higher than 1600. That's the final score for the week. So, yes, we are recording a bit earlier this week, given the Monday game. We're all here though.
Yeah,
getting the job done.
I thought you two couldn't organise a bloody piss up in a brewery, you two. You know.
I'm just watching. We're on Bailey Smith watch because just rub it into the Chief. He was going to trade Sherry to Bailey Smith. We should start quickly. Lair Mare, new favourite segment on the show. We'll get to it shortly. But you couldn't even trade Tristan Sherry. Missed the lockout. Old Zane, whatever his name is.
Daicos.
Locked out. And you couldn't trade Sherry, and you're going to trade Baz Smith. He's got it on a string here at the G. 60 just before half time.
Look, it's been a Lair Mare of a weekend for old Dossie, that's for sure. But no, I mean, look, things happen for a reason. I would have missed out on having Lockie McAndrew on field or emergency had I switched things around because of my 3-ruck strategy, fan. So overall, look, things happen for a reason around these parts, and we'll be talking shortly about some upcoming things in SuperCoach, and perhaps Dossie's just got the beach balls on yet again, looking forward because maybe he's just, an eye to the future. Some of these maneuvers. Maybe it's a short-term loss for a long-term game, just like usual with old Dossie.
You can call me Mystic Mac because I predict these things.
More to come on that, Fant. But how do we go? I think we start with top of the pod. I reckon, look, as we said, the game's still going. We've got a lot to play out for 5 names. But he's going the early crow. Fant reckons he's top of the pod this week.
He's got Max Holmes captain, and he can't get out of the 30. It's almost half-time.
Okay.
That was the only way he was going to chase me down with a big Max Holmes score. Now, he could have a big second half, no doubt.
So now we've had Smug Dossie, now we've got Smug Phantom. I don't,
it's diabolical stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if I like either.
So talk us through your week, and you can probably, we can talk about heroes in a second, but I'm already a hero for your squad knowing what your captain got and who told you to do it. So,
yep, no, you are. Just rule 1956 for me. It's going to be a big climb. I've overtaken you.
Yeah, I know.
So I was at 40,000 before this weekend. More than 300 points behind you. Have made it up.
Yep. Cool. All right.
Middle of the pod?
We can presume
you'll be close to
you're
me.
You're going to be middle of the pod or top. Fine.
Yeah,
we think probably middle.
Probably middle. Hopefully,
definitely not bop.
Hopefully I end up in the 1900s.
Oh, Maxie, pushing 40.
Yeah, if Maxie and Tanner Bruin can actually do something, that'd be nice. But let's get on to the bottom.
That's
me.
He's
got a live version.
That's me, king of bop over here. 1600.
What happened?
I mentioned again 1600. Yeah, lots of things. Lots of things happened. We can skip straight into heroes and villains, I think, to talk through the lot of it. It was an absolute stinker of a week for me, Fant. We can start with just the fact all of the injuries that we've had this year. Starts off with a nice DNP from old Nick Daicos to get the round started as well. Friday night, late out as well, about 15 minutes before lockout on that Friday game. And just rub salt into the wound. Like we said, you had some people would have had a Zach Kostelski like myself, locked out already to move Sherry around. You would have probably made your Sherry move already if not, but yep, starts with a Nick Daicos DNP. That shifted me to 17 for the week, so I was already running real thin. Moves us down to 17, had to make a move. Brought in a Harry Schonberg, got me a massive 48 for him, so that was great. We had rookie scores all around, 28s going on here. DNP, just reading a lot of the names here, and then finishing off with a villain. Let's get into the villain straight away for me. Noah Anderson, 85, huge premium score there. I've got rookies going massive, way above that in pretty much all lines. I've got Horn Francis, the horny one here, just 85 for him. But at least he's also a hero because he's going to get forward status.
Oh,
so
that was the best thing that happened to you all week.
He should be getting forward status based on him sitting forward in that game. DPP's coming after this round. So we can talk more about that on Tuesday. But yeah, lots of villains for this week. The big one though, Tim English, captain.
Is that's not a villain? He got injured. That's just a Lair mare.
Took it off Bond. Yeah, it's a Lair mare, but Tim English, 79, captaincy. Lots of people did it.
We talked about it all week.
Lots of people brought him in as well for Sherry. It's just like, again, yeah, it's an injury. I wish Tim English the best. It's looking like a medial injury for anyone. We'll get to the news and notes in a minute, but 79 for Tim English, and I had him captain, which made it a lot worse. But we're just this year, this injury upon injury upon injury. That is my villain, just the injuries this year. So stuff the injuries, stuff this season. I'm out.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Are we doing villains or heroes or what?
Names, just give us both. The Chiefs are all over the shop.
All right, so I'm going to do a live villain at the moment. Matt Holmes.
Well,
he's my captain.
He's pushed up to 45 at half time.
Yeah, still not enough.
Late rally.
Come on, Matty. So yeah, it could change. Heroes, I'm going to give out. Can I give out 3 heroes? Do I just want to give out to 3 guys in my back line? Archie Roberts, Wayne Miller, Joyceron. All 125 or higher.
Yeah.
Yep, nice. Your man, Wayne.
Shout out Sam Grill. I'll give to the hero as well for a 90. Him and Sarong.
Yeah, Archie as well. Huge score, even though last night. So no, those are my 3 heroes. Special shout out Murphy Reid. What a player! I've seen him live. What a player!
Done. Yep,
absolutely.
Ben, what do you got?
Got a few heroes. How long do I have? Will Ashcroft. Now the Pam. We're 2 from 2 in the Pam. Fired up Minnie McQualter, brought Josh Lindsay back in for a big score against the Power. Then we went at Will Ashcroft, pull his finger out for a full game. Did that 139. Absolutely dominated the Pies. 139 for him. We might feature later in the top targets. Good price. But the hero of the week is you, Chief.
Thank you. Once again.
We were in the car last Thursday, I believe it was.
Yep.
Talking about captain options for round 4. I was thinking Harry Sheasel against the Mighty Blue Baggers on Good Friday. You suggested, what about Brodie Grundy against Matty Flynn? I forgot about Matty Flynn, how terrible
he is actually.
he was against Tristan Sherry. 199. And Brodie Grundy almost did it. 184 VC. He's my hero, and so are you.
Yep. But Flynn's got to be targeted. That's like the one you target now.
I'm going to change mine. I'm the villain this week for telling Fan that.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Smug.
Yeah.
Absolutely too smug.
Couple of bums for my villain. Noah Anderson, like you said.
Yep.
Harley Reid too. Bit of a dummy spit from Harley.
Yeah.
Getting tagged, got hard. Didn't count in my best 18. 42 SuperCoach points after a ton.
Yep.
Not good.
We had a couple of nominations from Instagram for Lair Mares of the week.
I've got a big one too coming.
So, yeah, plenty of requests, plenty of people commenting here. Jack Watkins getting a 7, even though it's a rookie score, but He's a mature age rookie, so I think that's okay. Watkins getting a 7 coming in to cover lots of people's Nick Daicos laid out.
Yeah.
So you got a huge 7 score there if that happened to count. Somebody here, that one was from Ryan. Next one from Kalian. Put Duff Tytler into flex and left McAndrew on the bench.
Yeah, that's a lame mare.
Woo, that's a lair mare
39
right there.
enough
If everyone's
Tyler as
seen
well.
one. And yeah, Bant, you got one for us as well?
So we had a message come through on Friday night when McAndrew was flying. 13 tackles he ended up with. Message was, had a mare. Thought I had made my trades, but didn't go through. Lockie McAndrew on the bench, not even flex. Jordan Dawson captain. Now, Jordan Dawson did rally.
Yep.
House told him he would feature on the Lair mare this week. He's furious about it. Year ruined. And then he realised later I could have reversed the trade and got the score on, but then I realised McAndrew wasn't even an emergency.
Oh, no.
Who was it? Who did it? Names.
It was Jordan.
Okay.
Jeez.
Yep.
Harry says, had one mate bench McAndrew for Oscar Steen, captained English, and another one of his mates benched Jai Sarong without making him an emergency and traded out Gawn for Ned Reeves on Sunday morning after originally trading Sherry for Gawn. So he's gone Sherry to Gawn and then he's gone, let's
Gawn.
bring in Reevesy.
Traded out Gawn to Reevesy. What's Reevesy on?
Basically reversed a trade for having Gawny who went 175.
Reevesy on 30 at halftime.
Not bad. Not bad.
Jeez, I'll tell you what,
That's a lair mare.
Dawny absolutely amazing. Like, which is normally a hard matchup, and he just absolutely took him to the cleaners.
Yep. Thanks for getting those nominations in for our lair mare of the week on Instagram at DossieSC, at the Phantom SC, and at 5 Names Fantasy to get those in. News and notes. Now, it is Monday afternoon, but we've already got plenty of news coming in, unfortunately, due to our injury crisis season that this is. But the big one, of course, is Gather Round this week, fam.
Yes.
Get it off the top. We are doing a Lair catch-up at Gather Round. That is the breaking
Locked
news
in.
here, Phantom, and it's locked in now. Let us know, what do we need to know? Breaking news.
Not a live show. You don't have to listen to us perform like this, but we could talk about your score. Good to see you've just done it as well for the people so they can give you SHIT in person. Friday afternoon, if you're here in Adelaide for Gathering, if you live in Adelaide, if you're coming across, 1:30 p.m. Adelaide time at the Cumberland Arms Hotel, better known as the Cumby here in Adelaide, 1:30 to 4 p.m. out the back in the beer garden. I'll be there. 5 Names will be there. Dossie will be there, and a few members of the extended Lair family will be there. No live show. A few quiet refreshments before the big Friday night game. Plenty of SuperCoach talk and maybe even some merch giveaways. I think Dossie's AMOP, as we know, Man the People, organised a few few bits and pieces of merch to give away. So come and see us. Come and talk trades out in the Cumby Beer Garden, 1:30 to 4. We'll be there till about 4 on Friday afternoon. Plenty going on at the Cumby, the go-to, I think. Gather around, kick it forward. Karaoke on Friday night after us.
Yeah, which
as
is
well. So
free
if you
to attend, I believe, as well.
So if you want to get involved, kick on.
Yep. Plenty going on.
I like how we somehow just kind of like attached ourselves to that event. They were like,
Just be clear, we're not an official event. We're just,
we've got like no.
Couple of tables in the beer garden. You'll see us.
Yeah,
5 names. There'll be a 5 names tab. 5 names tab running. We're just telling people if you want to come down when we leave at 4.
Yep.
Then there was still something else at the Cumby. Hang around the Cumby. Good joint.
Yep. Let's get into some real news, though, from the
That's real
round.
news.
Well, that is huge news for anyone coming to Gather Round. But those, unfortunately, that can't make it to Gather Round, this is the news for the week. Now, of course, we've just talked before about Nick Daicos late out. So he's a TBD for Gather Round, but it's looking promising what we've heard so far from AFL.com. Josh Gabelick. Collingwood expects superstar Nick Daicos to be fit to face Fremantle on Friday night, following his late withdrawal from the Pies' loss to Brisbane last Thursday. So it was he couldn't pass the fitness test. We all saw the footage of him trying to jog it out pre-game. So that's just a corky. You're hoping that he's going to be okay, Phantom.
Would be shocked if he doesn't play.
Tell you what, they need him. No Nick Daicos, no Collingwood.
The next one,
Absolutely.
of course, so I just mentioned it, unfortunately, Tim English for many coaches scored a 79. Now he is out. The latest that we've got, so again, we're recording Monday afternoon, it is a medial injury, MCL injury, and that's looking to be, well, I mean, we don't have a timeline on that yet. They're getting more scans and more confirmation from the doctors, etc., on that front, but as far as we know, it's at least a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 would be on the lower end of the scale. And then if surgery, et cetera, is needed, it could be, 6 to 8 plus. So keep an eye out on news on that one. That is going to be dependent. But what are our early thoughts here on English, given how much carnage we've had already? We need to keep an eye on it. But 2 to 3, if it's 2 to 3, because dogs at the moment are saying it is on the lower end of the scale, that is what the news we do have. 2 to 3, is that still a trade given just how much is going on and how many options are available, especially with guys like Gawn being very tempting at the moment?
2 to 3, I'd be surprised if it was only that little. That's pretty hopeful.
Apparently
would've thought.
struggling to walk was what John Rouse said this
And they're
morning,
flying
Monday
too. They
morning.
don't need to rush him back.
I think you trade.
Trade.
There's just too many rut guys that it's just those huge scores that you're going to miss out on if you don't. If you got him there, on the bench and you go somewhere else.
I trade. What would you do, Chief?
I think, well, I mean, everyone knows now that I've held Sherry. I mean, I've got to trade one of them. So, yeah, I'd be trading the one that's injured because one is not injured. So, if anyone's in the same situation, I think I can't have two guys not playing in that line. So, I'm going to have to trade one and it'll be English because he's actually got an injury. So, yeah, I think if it's obviously injury news dependent, but anything above 2, like if it's 3 plus, then I'll be trading this time. I held last time for a 3-weeker, but 3 plus I'll be trading. For 2 weeks, anyone that's rolling with like McAndrew and a Gawn or any other sort of combination like that, I think there is a case to hold there if you're keen to just ride out McAndrew for that cash and then see if you can pop English back on field. I certainly think there's a play there if it is on the lower
On
lower
McAndrew was our Tro's trainer. He was moving very stiffly. It should be fine. I reckon it's going to be fine. I think it's just a lot of the guys, a lot of the Tro's players just weren't moving very freely. But I just reckon, he's that was an interesting. Tro's going with 2 ruts, so that was
So what? Rob's in.
No,
Rob's staying in.
Zero chance.
I think McAndrew.
Moving.
I think McAndrew. He'll get up, but
He was very good, McAndrew.
Yeah, he was very good, but he just he wasn't moving too great today.
Stop trying to scare the people.
Ed Richards is the other one. So he's actually owned by 17% of the competition. So heaps of people have Tim
would've been that
English
big
as
score,
well.
hey?
Yeah, now he had a big opening
Al
round
Punton.
score. Yep, Al as well, a proud
Poor Al.
owner, but 17% owned. Now, his one's a little bit different. So this one's from John Ralph. The Ed Richards tendon issue behind his knee is what's happening there. So he was a laid out as well. Now, Ralphie's saying at the moment could be 2 to 3 weeks. And some info from Doc Larkins as well says it is actually related to the hamstring low down behind the knee would be that sort of issue. So it really depends. That's another one you'll just have to keep an eye out on injury updates. Hopefully by our buy, hold, sell show tomorrow or by Thursday, we have the latest there. But that could be another forced trade in what has been, this has to be the wildest start to a SuperCoach season in years, the amount of injuries. Like we had a fair few bullets last year early, but the start to this season of highly owned players, it's
Keep me on your toes, Dossie.
catastrophic.
Got extra trades.
Yeah.
Makes it interesting, but it is tough.
It's been tough. Now,
with
2
it.
main things just in general SuperCoach that we've got to be looking out for now. I said DPPs dropping after this round. So after round 5, the DPPs, which is dual position players for anyone that is new to SuperCoach, will be dropping. So we'll be adding some positions. Now you can only have 2 positions maximum. So anyone that has played in a different position for 35% or more time in a new position, they will be awarded a different positional status. So there's a few guys on our radar. Now I think what we'll do is we'll grab requests in the comments on this episode and look at some of the names tomorrow when we have the latest data. Of course, we're recording during the round at the moment.
Yep.
So let us know in the comments of players that you're interested in knowing, and we will let you know on buy, hold, sell tomorrow who's in line for those positions. As I mentioned, the horny one, a guy that I'm looking at potentially getting that forward status, looking very likely that he will.
I'll tell you who I'm looking at.
Bunch of rookies too that will be really handy for flexibility.
Chad Warner. That could be finished line ball, but he could be a real nice little option there as a forward.
The last bit of breaking news, not exactly breaking, but buys are done after this. So thank goodness we're out until around 12 to 16's our next buy rounds, but we've got a bit of reprieve. But that means, Phantom, that we are going back to 23 on field and our best 22 count. So one player drops off every week with flex, thankfully. But we got to get back to having these green dots on our field.
Are you going to be able to field a team?
I was about to say, you're getting worried.
No, I'm getting worried.
Yes, Ollie Hannaford we play this week.
I know.
Will Lewis.
We're getting thin. We are getting thin.
It's all falling apart for old Chieftain.
It is. Hot topics. And of course, it is our trade options again for the injured players that we've got to deal with. Lots of people own Tim English. We've mentioned trading, probably likely scenario for most of us here. Daicos, we're looking at holding. Hopefully he gets up with that. If he's out again this week, you're still holding with just a corky, right, guys? Just quickly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Ed Richards probably also a possible trade scenario here. So where do we go with an English or a Richards? Mostly looking at English here, 43% owned. Is it just Max the Goat Gawn right now? Looking like another vintage year from Gawn-Grundy. He's up against Essendon this week. 175, fresh off a 175. We love a bit of a points chase around these parts. So we're going again, points chasing, and we're going Max Gawn.
We've points chased the last 2 weeks against Essendon, and Blackiston's really done us in, hasn't he? The
Blackiston curse.
Yeah, Blackiston curse. Well, I think Matt's is going to be good enough.
Sherry, and he's got Tim English.
Matt's will be good enough to be able to overcome it. But yeah, it's just, I think it's just going to be about, can you use this to, fit, maybe bring some cash, fits up another area. I don't know.
So Gawn, obviously Bombers this week. Then, as the Chief told me earlier, the Bombers again before the bye.
Before his bye. I mean, the D's have the round 16 bye. So the last bye round as well, which is really handy to work around. But
Tigers and Eagles the next 5 too.
Yeah. Now, Blackiston, I mean,
sorry,
those are big ones.
Essendon's ruck situation should change fairly soon, I would imagine, because Nick Bryan played his first game of VFL back in the weekend, had 10 disposals, about 27 hitouts from memory, but I'm sure that they will want to get another, I'm presuming they'd want to get another game to him in the VFL, but yeah, sure enough, he'll be back soon enough. So we can see whether or not that matchup changes. But as you guys said, the curse, it's only a 68 and a 79 scored on Blackiston through different circumstances the last couple of weeks, but I'm sure that Gawn will go massive. Can you pay up, though? We've spoken about paying up. 5 names, you said, we've chased points a couple of times this season already. It hasn't paid off yet, but Gawn, he was the leading total point scorer from last season, so we know what Maxi's done over the last, 10 years just about in this game. Can you just back him in, lock it away, throw away the key, forget about this ruck situation that we've been through? And could you also consider another highly priced player, and the man that Vance just came off a 184 vice captaincy score, went even one better than Gawn, but did have that juicy West Coast matchup on the weekend. Is it back to the vintage Gawn-Grundy? Could we go to either one?
Well, 22 disposals for Gawn on the weekend. Again, huge in when the game's on the line, like he is all the time as well. So we're still getting around the ground, getting back behind the ball, taking a mark, getting forward, taking a mark like he has, as you mentioned, for the past 5 or 6 years. So it's going to be a bit more expensive than Brodie Grundy when the lockout does lift. So I still think Gawn with the draw, if you can afford it, is the play if you want a ruckman. Luke Jackson as well, still at the same price pretty much. He's had a one before lockout, had only added 1K to his price tag. So it won't be too much more expensive heading in to the clash with Collingwood, Oscar Steen, Darcy Cameron, then the Eagles for Luke Jackson. Again, playing plenty of midfield time and looking very good. Watch the game closely on Friday night, as did 5 names against the Crows. So if you want a ruckman, could you go down to Jackson as well, or is Gawn and Grundy?
I think you go
pick?
Jackson. I think Jackson's definitely an option.
What do you think,
I think
Chief?
that's what I'm looking at the moment.
Yeah, I'm a proud Jackson owner now. I copped a bit of shtick last week for my quote about Darcy Cameron saying, if anyone's playing split ruck, I don't want a piece of them at all in my team. And everyone's like, well, you got Luke Jackson, bro. What are you talking about? And that's fair. But he, to your point, Fan, is playing just a mixture of roles, but including that midfield role. So it's different to some guys that are just resting for, if they're split ruck, resting forward and basically playing bench forward ruck. That's not what I want in my ruck scenario, but Jackson's a unicorn. He's a different beast. He's playing as an inside mid and a ruck and a forward. So mostly ruck. And Sean Darcy's really just coming in. Basically what Riley O'Brien was doing for the Crows is what Sean Darcy's doing. So it's not a huge chop out. It's just whenever he's gassed. So I do like Luke Jackson. Is there any other options?
I'm seeing one in front of you.
I've got one too.
Yeah, looking at him.
Yeah, I think you can trade into Nick Daicos if he plays. If you're going to do it last week, if they're going to play him, I think we said it's Cork. I think he'll be fine. What about Christian Petrarca? Could he back in a little bit earlier before gather round? 570k.
Yeah, but what about the
we
people?
All jumped off in our droves.
Yeah, but what about? I think Dossie's more asking if you got. Did you say you're rocking English and McAndrew?
If you got to get a ruck.
Yeah, you got to get a ruck.
Yeah.
When I talk,
No, I've had. We can look at all the options for sure.
But if you can move around, you put Petrarca at flex
I
or
would
something
not
like that.
be going with Petrarca straight off the injury, as much as he's been amazing so far. But now, what he didn't have before when he's coming back now is Matt Rao. So Matt Rao's now back in the side. What does his role look like? Well, yeah, it's a good question. 55 points for Matt Rao. If you jumped straight on him, you would have been hurting as well. So it's a multiple questions. Is Christian Petrarca even back this week? If he plays, how much time does he play? At what role is he playing? Is he easing back in a forward role? I think I'd be waiting to see his role first, but it wouldn't take much for me to be like, okay, if I see enough that first week, I'd be happy to jump straight back on. I just wouldn't want to do it straight off the bat.
It's going to be a question we're going to have to ask ourselves about how we're getting him back in.
Yeah,
when he does hit the ground running.
And you think it might be the cheapest we get him still at this price.
99-point break even. Anything below 600K.
I think I'd be happy to watch it and see what the role is with Rao inside.
I'm with you, Dossie. All right, bring up the guy you do in front of you, Dossie. I didn't see it.
Oh, Geordie Sweet.
Woo.
Back as the dominant number one ruck at Port, and Vicentini, we might not see him for the rest of the season, given Geordie's form.
130 on the weekend.
130, 120, and a 94 for his 3 games back in the side, but he's had some pretty juicy, easy matchups to start. So I think if you went there as a cheap option earlier, you probably already got the great scores. Can he keep it up, though? He's got Saints, Hawthorn, Geelong, Adelaide, Western Bulldogs to come. They're not...
We'll be about
matchups.
Might be just a fraction below 500k.
I'm just saying, if you need to free up some cash, like we're all looking to the top. We'd all love to bring in a Gawn and a Grundy, but you are going to have to find yourself about 100 plus K to go there. Some people won't have that luxury, and some people won't be able to DPP around or dual position themselves around too. They might have to go another ruck. Is Sweet the best of the cheaper bunch, or can we see some other names? Because Darcy Cameron's ruled himself out now.
Sam Draper might be an option, just as like a little tweak.
Yeah.
I don't really like it, but he scored 89 against Collingwood. He then has North without Cherry, so that's good. But then he's got Melbourne, so I'm not a massive fan of that. The more I think about it,
would you do that? Would you use, say, if you had to boost? Would you boost somewhere else, just so you could take English to the top price? Would you do it?
I'm just looking at the options we have this year. It's really like those 3 that we just mentioned. I mean, Grundy, Gawn, Jackson. Like now that Sherry's still out for another 2, other top options, other top averaging options. Nankervis, who's also still out. Jared Witts, who looked honestly just might have just been the Gawn matchup. Witts looked like about to be dropped. It looks like Ned Moyle might get a crack soon based on what we saw from Witts on the weekend. So Reeves is the other one who people have gone to, but he'll be at such an awkward price after this week that I wouldn't even dare go there anymore. Pitnet is the only other guy, and he's just fresh off having a stinker the week before. Like, I genuinely think out of the cheap options, and I mean, we just mentioned Vicentini's still in the background in the sample, but Sweet, unless you're willing to go a TDK and hope that he finds some form, because he's been poor, really, to start. He's been terrible to start his St Kilda season, but he does have some nice matchups coming up. He's got, Port, Adelaide, Port, then the Crows, then West Coast. TDK at $459K. That's so cheap for TDK. He's got a Carlton revenge game coming up as well, and a Richmond match. I mean, there's a few.
Yeah, that's all. Could you just go top dollars are too expensive and almost say I'm going to punt ruts? Like you have Steen or this Edwards from Geelong, who I just saw Christoph was saying, we haven't had a ruck like him in a while. Go that, and then just take that money that you get from English and fix up other, fix up other parts of your team.
Yep, it's a play. We've got flex, as we mentioned. One score drops off every week. Your worst score will drop off. So you're saying maybe go a Steen there. Wait for some of these options to either get cheaper. Wait for Sherry to come back. I mean, it'll be
Steen a lock to stay in that side. Didn't do a lot up at the Gabba. Guys weren't great as a whole though. Would be harsh. Drop him 10 touches, 5 marks, 41 SuperCoach points. Darcy Cameron.
I think he automatically plays this week because they have Fremantle.
Yeah.
So you're going to almost need, like, every team seems to be trying to come with 2 rucks against Fremantle at the moment, given their strength in the ruck with Jackson and Darcy. So I think Steen should stay in. Yeah. It's tough. It's a tough question that people have to go through.
Yeah, if you're still owning a Darcy Parish, did you go down to a Jacob Farrow, who we'll talk about on the bubble? After first SuperCoach ton of his career, Kitty Coleman, back-to-back SuperCoach tons as well in defence, probably going to be priced about $300K, just below. A few sort of money-making stepping stones. I know we've done a lot of that already, but again, if you're not want to throw the rucks, don't want to go the Jordan Sort option, you want to go with the big guns. And we know in the past, not going the big guns in the ruck and they serve up scores like that, really hurting. And no matter what else you do around the rest of your team, that hurts. And it makes it harder to make up ground when you don't have those two. So could you go down, make a move, pivot, drop a premium or a high-end mid-pricer for a Farrow that's maybe not really working? Tanner Bruin, if he doesn't raise up in price this week, could you go down to a Farrow there, make some money, and that's your Gawn or Grundy money potentially?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Yeah, there's a few other cheap options as well if you do have some dual position swing ability, like to get like a Sam Darcy. Could Sam Darcy play some more ruck time without a Team English in the side? He's a guy I'd be interested in. There's a few other names we can talk about. We'll get into your top targets in just a minute.
Yep.
Fan. But which way? I want to answer. Straight answer from both of you. Gawn or Grundy?
Gawn.
I'm Gawn too.
And I'm a Grundy owner, so.
Yeah.
It's just nice. We just love Matsy.
Not that he needs help in the run, but the run's good.
And he's just, the new rules have not hurt him clearly.
Melbourne are fun. Fun
to watch. Playing well. Got a good, the midfield sort of clicking as well. Yeah, I think Gawny, especially with some of the matchups coming up. His run is juicy. I'd be going Gawn as well. Bet your top targets for the week. When you're ready.
Oh, I thought we were just going for a long overdue top target this week. Good lead in. Max Gawn is my number one for Tim English owners. Maybe even if you don't, which I'm considering potentially do I keep moving? Don't have Tim English. Had a good week. Do I keep going and trade in, get the 3 rucks in my side and bring in Max Gawn at flex? Something I am weighing up. Those top end points could help in the race to catch up. Number 2. My man after the pan, fired him up. Will Ashcroft was 515K before the round. Eclipsed his break-even 139 point score, but still had a high one, so it's not going to be worth too much more. 520, below 530k. That is good buying for a player of his caliber. Started slow the year, yes, but his last 5 quarters of footy have been unbelievable. So if you are for a cheap premium one who I think can still push into that top 8 bracket easily in the midfield, some underperformers in that bracket already, the guys we thought might be in there. So Will Ashcroft, good buying if you need to pivot and need a money-making option potentially from Tim English. Number 3, Jacob Farrow, probably the number 1 rookie downgrade option this week. Yes, the Bombers shared the ball around the back half. A lot of easy kicks, but they do like to give to him. He did take kick-ins too. First Supercoach done of his career in his second game. We talked about him all pre-season. Good to see him out there. Good to see him scoring well. So Jacob Farrow could be an option if you're looking for a downgrade. Number 4, another Tim English or Ed Richards, if you like. I don't think it matters if you need to pivot. Luke Jackson was very good again on the weekend. A good draw coming up. The Western Derby soon in a couple of weeks.
Derby.
Whatever.
Derby.
Doesn't really matter. We saw he's getting enough footy as a midfielder to score well, which was a little bit of a question mark. We weren't sure if he could score well enough playing as a midfielder, but I think he's shown he can do it. Number 5, Kitty Coleman. Now, the Chief almost wanted to get rid of this on the run sheet when I raised it before, but Kitty Coleman, back-to-back Supercoach tons. He was very good in Brisbane's defence. We spoke about him all summer again. Has been started slow, moved around. Looks like he's hopefully going to stay behind the ball for a little bit now, fingers crossed. Could he make another 100 grand potentially from here and have some, really help the bottom end of your best 22 when we go back to that, which we are from Gather Round onwards with his scoring power? I think he can. That's the 5. But Nick Daicos, Gawn-Grundy as well, I think you can go into them. I think you can back in Nick Daicos if his name, if you're going to do it last week, do it again this week, potentially from Tim English.
Huge fan. Don't mind it. Don't mind it at all.
Yep.
You don't have Tim English, do you?
I don't know. That's why I might move on, Maxi.
Is this why you were saying you knew somehow?
Not a top 5. Yeah, I'm still right. See, I'm not wrong about a lot of things.
You can call me Mystic
right.
Mac because I predict these things.
How's Pooh going?
We got to buy. I'll be targeting a responsible refreshment on Friday afternoon in the Cumberland, for sure. We almost featured in the top tags.
All right. It's time for unique names with 5 names.
We've talked it up again.
I've tore this one up, and this is a bit of a spicy one. I'm going to go with the big kahuna, Josh Tracy from Fremantle.
Well.
Saw him in one of those ones, maybe a bit of recency bias. Saw him in the flesh on Good Friday, but
he was very good.
He was very good. You're talking about Sam Darcy. I reckon he could score just as well as Sam Darcy this year.
Ooh.
He has I know he's a key forward, but he has a game that can score well in fantasy, and his next couple of games coming up are very, very juicy.
Okay.
So we got Collingwood. Let's get this up.
Yep.
We got Collingwood on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
No real they've had some issues with their defence.
Yep.
Then West Coast. He could absolutely demolish them.
Mm-hmm.
Then Carlton. We're not what Carlton like at the moment. Even though he gets that, then Western Bulldogs. So don't know if it's a season long play, but the next 3 weeks in particular, he could score very well.
Just got a bit of a layer mare as well to throw in. Friend of the show, Dan Batten's having a pretty good year. Revealed in a group chat that Scotty Gullen, Herald Ton Code Sports' own Scotty Gullen, came to him a couple of weeks ago about a trade replacement. Must have been Christian Petrarca, potentially. And Scotty Gullen threw up Josh Tracy. Hey, Dan, should I bring in Josh Tracy? And Dan replied, no, he's a key forward. We don't like those guys at SuperCoach. Gone 125, 140. What did he score?
Yep.
130.
3 120 plus scores in a row. So I think Dan owes Scotty Gullen a responsible refreshment or two.
Somebody still 121.
Somebody asked me that.
They're from Dan.
Somebody asked me that in the DMs this week too. Josh Tracy? Nah.
Oh,
don't go there.
I know he's a key forward, but if you're giving Sam Darcy a lot of love and saying, he'd be a top 6 forward or whatever, you should have Josh Tracy in that discussion.
I like
as well.
it. I like it. 5 names. Are you going to pull the trigger?
Well, considering it, but I don't have enough. I don't have problems.
Oof, what about your SuperCoach team? What do we got, Chief?
We've got rookies on the bubble.
I do have something else quickly, though.
Oh.
Max Holmes lifted
Has he?
4 year 5 names. With 10 minutes to go in the third quarter, he's now up to 76.
Could I hear you?
Top of the pod, inbound. Rookies on the bubble. Now, we don't have the break evens just yet, but make sure you have SuperCoach Plus so that you can get the break even straight away when lockout does lift. But anyway, whenever they are available, I've got a couple of rookies on the bubble that are ready, ripe for the picking now. Still injured, probably both of these guys, but keep an eye on the injury report for Milan Murdoch. He's going to be going up about 100K when he comes back, so keep an eye out on him.
Yeah, he did say last
Mighty
week.
Eagles desperately need him.
He said he it would be a stretch, but he wants to get together.
He wants to, yep.
So if he is, he
Whether
would go
they let him
straight
or
to the list of top targets too.
Yes, he would be. So keep an eye out for Milan Murdoch. Todd Marshall, we think they said
Back 5
the
names?
week after Gather Round, wasn't it? Was the latest that I saw the quote.
I think so. Yeah.
So not this week.
Well, keep an eye out.
Yeah, hang on. Give me a sec. I can't. Yeah.
Okay, breaking news. 5 names going to find out.
Get some breaking news from 5 names. But yeah, so keep an eye out. So Milan Murdoch and Todd Marshall clearly going to be making serious money. Milan, especially at 99K, must have material when he comes back. I'd say Todd Marshall, just about a must have as well.
Yeah,
up our forward line, 147K.
1 and 2.
Marshall's probably back this week.
Ooh,
Okay. Oof. There we go.
1 and 2. Marshall, if you don't have him, he's your top target.
Marshall.
Target.
Back
Top
this
target. Top target.
Artie Jones, now he's out for 2 to 4 weeks, but he might have brought himself into on the Bubs contentions when he comes back in 2 to 4 weeks, but keep an eye out on him. The two that we are looking at this week, Murdoch and Marshall, if you do not have them. Now, another guy emerging, you mentioned him in your top targs, Jacob Farrow.
Oh, yeah.
Scored a 90. He was on our rookie radar in the preseason. Just tell us a little bit about him quickly, Fant. 163K defender mid. He'll have a very low break even. Scored 49 on debut, but a 90, that means he's going to make us some cash.
Yep, 21 touches at 90%. We know it was a great left foot kick. Yes, a lot of that was when they were sharing the ball in the back half. 12 marks for him, but they compare him to Jordan Dawson in his draft year. Moves well, makes good decisions with the ball in hand as well, and he can execute as well. So, yes, he might not get 12 marks and that much easy ball, depending on who they're playing. But the Bombers were pretty good in the second half, and we saw Archie Roberts get a lot of the ball in a similar role in the back half, the way they attack from the back half of the ground. But you'd think that Brad Scott now persists with him, and given the talent, given his sort of scoring at junior level as well, I think we can have him as a number 1 downgrade option, like I said, if Milan Murdoch, and depending on Todd Marshall. So he still sits behind those two if they play.
Now, Oscar Steen, we were all saying absolute, looking like last week was a must have, playing a fair bit of ruck time, splitting with Darcy Cameron at Collingwood, but he's a forward ruck, basement price 119K. Are we still calling him a must-have this week if named against Fremantle for Collingwood? At least we will know early in the round. They've got the Friday night game at Gather Round here.
Not a must-have.
Yeah, I agree.
Wasn't as promising. Yes, I think we said let's wait on Oscar Steen. We said it in buy, hold, sell last week.
Yep, you said hold off.
Hold off. Let's see what happens. I think you could,
Also, Dockers is the hardest ruck combo to go off against.
Which means his job security, like I said, should get a gig, you'd think, this week. But yeah, long term.
Well, the story won't be good this week, though.
It's a tough one.
Not in the must-have bracket for me.
What about Josh Lai for Port Adelaide? We've got 5 names here for the intel here. 54 last week, 119K. He's listed as a mid here, but been playing in defence.
Yeah.
Now, he's one we can check out for DPP numbers tomorrow when we get that data. But, you'd imagine he's going to play his 3rd game if he does get a gig.
Yeah, he's played pretty well.
That would mean he'd be eligible for dual position.
He's played pretty well the first couple of games. So, does Marshall coming back in kind of impact him? I don't know.
Maybe.
Okay.
Haven't seen them both in the same team yet. Good point, 5 names.
Now, Harry Schonberg, 48 for the Weagles.
Did you bring him in?
I did.
Oh.
Actually, look, you'd have to tell me how he went. I switched off that game before halftime. Seen enough. But he's playing forward. He's a guy that could get forward status, which was part of my reasoning.
2 kicks. 2 kicks.
Yeah, lots of tackles though. Lots of pressure around the ball.
3 tackles.
Devon Robertson to come back in the team, so that's
Could be straight out.
And if Murdoch's in, he's probably out.
Oh,
probably
dead
Josh Lai ahead of him then. Okay.
Dead rookies, Dossie. That's what they call
Now,
him.
outside of those guys, so I think Farrow's the guy we're ranking at the top. Steen even still after that. Probably say he's still second of the bunch there, then maybe Josh Lai.
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
And then
He's a fair drop
I'll go
from
Schomburg
Steen.
next, just because I'm looking at the basement price, guys. Some other players that are on the bubble this week would be a Taylor Byrne from Carlton, only scored a 29. We
small
can probably
forward,
look elsewhere.
Not doing enough.
Archer Day Wicks, also not really scoring much at all, 131K, given his elevated price, not going there either. Callum Coleman-Jones scored a 29, averaging about a 25, so can't really go there. Finbar Maley, the Moose, 175K.
Been rolled, old Moose.
Worth paying. I mean, we don't think we'll probably ever see Riley O'Brien again at AFL level.
Darcy Fogarty won't play this week, so I think Finbar should hold his spot. I mean,
Okay.
I think they don't mind Toby Murray as well. That's the only issue. So yeah, but I think he should hold his spot.
Yeah.
And you'd
Good
imagine he
contest.
gets a few more backup ruck minutes in the coming weeks as well.
Still not going to be a massive scorer.
No.
Now, I wanted to ask you about a few guys with elevated price tags. So Lincoln McCarthy scored a 59. It's a bit awkward when you've got a guy like Steen available as a forward as well, but scored the 59. Forward option for us, 170K. Did you?
No.
Not interested?
No.
Okay. Zeke Eulens.
Keep it simple here,
Now,
Chief.
Zeke Eulens played.
My man.
He's beyond the
My man,
bubs
Zeke.
now. He's going to be just over 200K, but scored
too
an
expensive.
85.
No.
He was all right on the weekend.
Yeah, looked good.
16 touches,
Looked
2
very
snags.
Nah.
All right.
But
and
no, there's probably better
guys
options.
to keep an eye out for in the coming weeks. So not on the bubble this week, but meaning they won't change price this week. Got a Lachlan Gulbin for the Suns, scored an 82, and he actually looked really good. He looked really good. I wouldn't be surprised if he stays in the team with the truck coming back soon. But
Yeah, I don't like a
22
lot of
touches,
the,
8 marks.
I don't like a lot of the job security for Suns players.
looked good though. Tom Edwards for Essendon scored 58, but really eye test wise, he was a guy that was straight in last year, early in the season, and then obviously the ACL injury. But 119K, and he was sort of a shining light for the Dons.
Yeah, 2 goals too.
Yeah, so
Did
I think
enough.
he's one that we can sort of factor in another week's time. Looking at him, Edwards next week. Fawcett for Richmond, 56, and Dirksen though 53, 99K.
Dude, I'll tell you what, the eye test on Dirksen was not. He had some bad moments. He had some bad.
Okay at other times, but yes, he needs to, was it just, some nerves on that game as well? Can he find his feet? Watch closely, but yeah, don't pencil him or anything just yet by any means.
Some warning signs to go through. A full list of buy, hold, sell you can catch on our Tuesday podcast, but let's just do a
5
quick
names coming in,
quick
buy, hold, sell?
sale trade, hopefully.
Maybe.
5 names on board for that one. Lockie Blackiston scored a 33. He's got to go. He's got to go.
He
got
had to go last week.
Get rid of him. I won't even talk about that. Darcy Parish,
Had to
73.
go last week.
Yeah, had to go.
Same
It
deal.
was better. It was better.
Oh, yeah.
What about he and Zach Merritt hadn't laid a tackle at halftime?
Harley Reid.
Here we go.
Bant. 42.
Wasn't good.
Wasn't
Dummy
he?
spit.
He said he was going to
Didn't
average
work hard.
110.
Had no mates
110
helping
from
him out
here.
either.
Last week you
Had
said
no-
110 from here.
No
Tag to
mates to
shreds.
help him out either. Yeah,
The goat.
went back in the last quarter though. Had took kick-ins just to bump up his score fractionally.
What are you doing with him? Hold? Are you
Well,
looking for a
probably.
way out with how bad Weagles looked on the weekend as well?
Oh, I'm still backing him to have a good year, but do I find some money somehow and turn him into Max Gawn, something like that?
Jordan Clark
Probably
at
help.
52 was not great. He's had a couple of low scores already this season, and now we've got Luke Ryan back in the team. Plus, he's got another few guys back there helping distribute this season. Is he worried for that? Because
Well,
we need big scores in our premium.
I said he was
in defence.
he was no more than a 105 guy.
Yeah.
So big scores, but can he go big? Yeah, he's pretty consistent, but it's
Sticking
not
fat,
big
though.
consistently. I mean, I think you have to stick fat given the other issues we've had.
Yep.
You're still going to be averaging over 100 after 4 games as a premium.
Yep.
So yes, hold.
Now, just one guy that we would have to go to the group chat for evidence of this, and you've already mentioned it on this show, but Noah Anderson. Quote in the group chat this week from Phantom. Bum. called Noah Anderson a bum this week. Scored an 85. Now, we're all just a bit disappointed. Didn't capitalise on that hot early draw. A lot of us were hoping for some huge numbers. What's the go here? Is he not going to be the Uber premium we'd hoped? He's got Petrarca to come back in the side now. So it's annoying. I
didn't want to pick him at the start. He had Finn Callahan.
No Matt Rao. He's not gone huge. Great early draw. Now no Petrarca on the weekend. Still only gone an 85. Not these big scores.
So he's still going to be averaging just below 110. So it's not jump off or anything. Definitely, not, especially with what's happened so far.
He's a bum though.
Yeah,
he's a bum. Well, why don't you just fire up the fry pan now, because that's where we're going.
Okay. Time for the Phantom's fry pan.
Yeah, so we're two out of two. Now, you might want to go back to warning signs after I've just hijacked the run sheet. But, no Anderson.
Geez, Harley Reid's lucky.
Yeah, Harley Reid's definitely sizzling on the edge. But we'll give him, he's not the captain of his footy club either. You know, big test on the MCG against, Melbourne. Yes, they've been okay. And yes, they're a different team under Stephen King. But I think Dimmer called some of his players, not directly, but a bit soft. They didn't stand up. And that was definitely Noah Anderson. He started off okay. That second quarter was pretty good, but just caught wanting a little bit. Where's that? We've seen him work super hard, just wheels himself over the line, wheels himself to the ball, wheels the Suns over the line. We didn't see that on the weekend, on the big stage of the MCG. He's a bum. At the moment. It needs more from you, Noah. The Suns need more from you. I'm sure Dimmer's had a little quiet word behind closed doors as well, but I'm backing you in, but in the pan, fire up.
I might take Phantom to Norwood Oval because it's really close.
Yeah,
it's so close to the ground.
I hope you don't. We're going to be running into, there'll be AFL stars all around town, all around Adelaide this week. I hope you don't run into Noah. That's for sure.
Big performance on the weekend, and the bum tag's gone.
Wow. All right, well, we're just about done here, guys, but I just wanted to say now, I mentioned off the top, Dossie might be down and out. He might be in the sad section of, I don't know what my rank's going to be when lockout lifts. It might be in 100K plus. Yeah, I might drop 100 plus. I might be doing what no person's done before and I might be going right to the bottom, beyond the bottom of the rankings.
It's a thing of beauty.
Is it just foresight, looking ahead, planning ahead, holding these trades? Now, I've got way more trades than you guys.
Way more, you reckon?
Because fast approaching is the SuperCoach Cup.
Woo!
Round 7, our new League of Champions knockout comp is starting in round 7. Now, you'll be matched up with another team and play off head-to-head. And if you win your match, you're proceeding through to the next round, lose, and it's the end of the road. Now, as a smart thinker, I've been conserving my trades, ready to go from round 7, and that is where Dossie will be taking home the cup, the SuperCoach Cup in 2026. So look out for that. He's just planning ahead. Oh, Dossie, the beach balls, he's always planning ahead. Now, that has been the reason for my fall because it's all eyes on the SuperCoach Cup for Dossie.
Yeah, no, well played.
Thank you.
Oh, you're going to lose around. You're going to be bundled down around 7, aren't you, Dossie?
So I was going to question whether teams in the top 130,000 or outside the 130,000 actually get a seeding, but I think they do.
I think we do, and it's going to be it's going to be interesting, the matchups. We'll have to shout that out as we go along. Whoever's knocked out first punishment. Now, Fant still hasn't done his punishment that he's owed.
Yeah.
No, I'm still going to do it. I'm just not going to do the other one.
Okay. Should we agree? Should we agree as well? The first to get knocked out of SuperCoach Cup, that's the next punishment. I reckon that's what we do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what Phantom has to do with punishment? This is
we're not moving on to any more punishments until you do yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now, I wanted to finish the show. We're doing a few pub sort of style videos for Code Sports. We'll see them drop
Mr. Gather Round.
From Mr. Gather Round. Favourite pubs in Adelaide?
Yep.
Just a couple. I'll give mine first. You know mine.
All right.
I'm just going straight to the top. The Repubs. The Republic in Norwood. Go to the Republic. If you want to just watch a bit of footy, if you didn't get tickets to some of the games, go have a frothy there. $20 jug, siren to siren at the Old Republic. But responsibly, of course.
Big good screens too.
Just great spot to watch.
Yeah.
That's Dossie's logo.
Can you walk to Norwood Oval from there?
Yes, you can.
You can. So get around the Republic. That's one of my faves. Of course, the Cumby, where we'll be seeing everyone on Friday afternoon, 1:30 p.m.
Yeah, very good pub.
Is Bear
What else
coming?
you guys got?
Bear going to be there?
Yeah,
Friend of the show?
Hopefully.
and so, well, obviously Republic's very good. Colonist also in Norwood's another very good pub there. That, and then in the city, based on the list we did last year, Stag's decent, and North Adelaide, Queen's Head is quite good as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about you, Fan?
No much.
You get out these days?
Queen's Head before the footy.
Yeah.
Queen's Head before the footy over there, walking distance, as Five Names showed us on those videos. But of course, in the city, the Cumbie. We can't go past the Cumbie. Like you said.
Yep.
And we were told as well, there was so much going on, so many giveaways there last year. Couldn't get rid of old fat Billy Brownless.
No. So he might be there on Friday.
Who knows who you'll see there? But of course, you really want to get in the atmosphere of Gather Round at Adelaide Oval Malt Shovel Tap House on the river. Worth a look to and anywhere. Moving away from the pubs a little bit, but
also
Peel Street.
Yeah, Peel Street. The Exeter as well.
Oh, yeah.
Very iconic Adelaide place.
No footy,
but good place before and after games.
Yep. Your card on the bar on Friday at the Cumbie.
Yep.
Yep. Well, the Chief's got nothing because his team's got nothing. Let's have a quick score check. Five Names. Is he chasing me down? Max Holmes. No, he's stagnated 73 at quarter time for Max Holmes. So I'm going to be top of the pod. Confirmed. We'll have all the official numbers, all the official break evens on buy, hold, sell tomorrow on Tuesday. Five Names.
Phantom.
Big week.
Yep.
Chief.
Yep.
Big week of redemption for you.
Hope so. Going to need it.
We'll see you in a couple of days and we'll see everyone else hopefully on those shows and then on Friday in Adelaide.
See you there.